In this video, we will look at waste management. Waste management is a leader in a garbage industry business. So we will look at some of the numbers, we will look at their moat, their dividend, we will look at what super investors or gurus are buying the stock, and then in the end we will try to come up with a fair value of waste management stock. So let's get started. First of all, if you want to get updates about waste management or other investment ideas, you can subscribe to the channel by pressing the subscribe button under the video. You will not miss a single new video. Okay, we can see that waste management is a large cap. Its market cap is close to 63 billion at the moment of running the video. Waste management is the leader in the garbage industry business. So the source of their moat is their size. This is something that Pat Dorsey wrote a lot about. Essentially, they have duopoly with another company. They also recently acquired Advanced Disposal to increase their market share. So they have the largest market share. So they do not have the most refineries, but they have the largest refineries. Even the analysts of Morningstar wrote that they definitely have a moat. Okay, when researching a stock, what I really like to see is that if gurus, super investors, are buying or holding the same stock that I'm researching. And I can see that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Trust holds around 15% of their assets in waste management. I believe they bought it around 10 years ago, but they still hold the position and didn't sell the shares. So that's a positive sign. So they have a very large fund and they have 15% of their assets in waste management. I believe the first position is Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, now let's look at their dividend. They have a dividend yield of 1.6% and a payout ratio of close to 50%. So the dividend seems to be stable. They have also managed to increase their dividend for the recent 19 years. So in 6 years, they will increase their dividend for the last 25 years, which means that they can be included in the Dividend Aristocrats ETF. So they have only 6 years left to be in the Dividend Aristocrats ETF. And Dividend Aristocrats ETF have high-quality companies, which are often called the bond proxies. So that's a definitely positive sign. If we look at their return on equity, it is close to 26%, and return on invested capital is close to 10%. I would like to see a higher return on invested capital, but these numbers are in line with the industry. If we look at their margins, we can see that they have gross margins of close to 38% and operating margins at close to 17%. So we can see that they have stable margins and they are also in line with the industry. Okay, this brings us to valuation. We will use two valuation methods. The first one is discounted earnings method. What we basically do is that we take current earnings per share. We will use the growth rate of 10%. Analysts are projecting for the growth rate to be close to 10% in the next 5 years. I use current price to earnings of more than 30. And I use the required rate of return of 10%. So what we do is that we take current earnings per share, grow them using the growth rate, multiply by future price to earnings of more than 30, and then discount them back to today using the required rate of return of 10%. After adjusting for net debt, we get the fair value of waste management stock of close to $121 per share, which implies that the stock is currently overvalued. Okay, according to this method, the stock is overvalued around 21%. If we use the other method, the average price to earnings method, we can see that the current price to earnings is 33.7. The average for the last 5 years is 28, which implies that the fair value, according to this method, is $123 per share, which is very close to the previous method. So according to the first method, we get the fair value of $121 per share, and according to the average price to earnings, we get $123 per share as the fair value. Okay, I like the fact that waste management definitely have a moat. They work in a stable, predictable business. Waste management is a great choice for conservative investors. I also like the fact that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Trust have 15% of their portfolio in waste management. They also have a dividend of around 1.6%. And it is very likely that in 6 years, they will be a dividend aristocrat. So that is definitely a very positive sign. Which I don't like is the valuation. So I have waste management in my list of stocks to buy. But at this price, I would like to have a higher margin of safety. Also, if you want to own a stock that has a high dividend yield and can be a great choice for a recession, here's the video about AT&T. If you are not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by pressing the subscribe button right here. You will not miss a single new video. Thank you very much for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.